When it comes to great showdowns in anime, the heart and soul undoubtedly lie in the battles, and One Piece stands as a heavyweight in this genre. It shattered all frontiers with the incredible and sometimes downright crazy events of the Wano arc. But before we dive into the juicy details, let's take a moment to remember some of the all-time greatest fights in this epic adventure. So, without any more delay, here's YouTube's top 20 One Piece fights. Who can forget the heartwarming moment when Luffy places his treasured straw hat on top of Nami's head while she tearfully begs for help? For the 20th spot, I'll pick Luffy's first confrontation with a bona fide villain. Despite Arlong's physical prowess as a fisherman, his rapidly regenerating shark teeth, and menacing sword, nothing stops Luffy from handing him a solid beating. To this day, this duel remains one of the most satisfying acts of revenge in the first half of the One Piece saga. The image of Nami's possessions being shattered and Arlong Park reduced to a heap of rubble is forever etched in our minds as one of those unforgettable moments where we as fans stand in unity with the Straw Hats in both heart and spirit. Kicking off at number 19 is the high-stakes clash between Sanji, the culinary genius, and the crafty CP9 agent Jabra. While Sanji may not be at the forefront of every pivotal battle like his counterpart Zoro, his contribution is undeniably crucial. After a humiliating defeat at the hands of CP9 agent Khalifa, the swirl-eyebrowed chef makes a triumphant comeback by saving Usopp from certain death and engaging in a fierce showdown with Jabra. Now, the Cypher Pole number 9, or CP9, is no trifling adversary. These covert assassins working for the world government are elite soldiers, skilled in Rokushikai, a form of superhuman martial arts. What makes this showdown stand out is that at the time, Sanji hadn't yet mastered the Skywalk, an advanced variant of the Rokushiki technique Geppo. Despite this, he relies solely on his speed and agility to orchestrate a spectacular takedown of Jabra that leaves observers unable to distinguish his moves from those of a Geppo user. At number 18, Luffy faces off once again against the Loja user, and this time it's none other than the former warlord Crocodile, head of Baroque Works. In the backdrop of a raging rebellion and hidden conspiracies in the kingdom of Arabasta, this clash stands as one of the most heart-pounding moments in One Piece history. Our easygoing captain is defeated twice by the formidable Crocodile and pushed to the brink of death on both occasions. It's Luffy's unconventional solution to counter the warlord's Sans and fruit powers, which involves consuming copious amounts of water. Captures his zany nature perfectly, but also turns out to be a clever tactic. His comical moments seemingly merge with the grittier third act of the battle, where Luffy's soldiers despite being battered and poisoned. At the heart of this clash lies a central theme that has always defined the Straw Hats' legacy, their unwavering commitment to justice and selflessness, especially when it comes to Nakama. This battle serves as a powerful example of that bedrock principle. At number 17 is the heartbreaking confrontation between two close friends and crewmates Luffy and Usopp. Stemming from an argument over changing ships, Usopp, deeply affected and angered by the decision to part with the Merry-Go, challenges his captain to a duel. It's a tar-jerker, no doubt. However, through this man-to-man fight, the two seem to mature almost overnight. This newfound maturity helps them set aside their differences for Robin's sake and stand side by side as they issue a reckless but brave challenge to the world government. So, although the tussle between Luffy and Usopp is a landmark moment in their journey as pirates, we're pretty sure we don't want to witness a similar situation between the other members of the crew, and for that we have our fingers firmly crossed. At number 16, we witness the clash of the gods. Enel, the self-proclaimed god of Sky Fire, faces off against Straw Hat Luffy. Now that we're aware of Luffy's newly awakened sun god Nika powers, this early showdown seems to foreshadow the hidden potential of the Gum Gum fruit and Luffy's immunity to electricity. Enel wields the Logia-type Rumble Rumble fruit, granting him control over lightning. But here's the twist. Luffy's rubbery body makes him Enel's worst nightmare. Despite the hype around Enel's invincible fruit, he barely scratches Luffy. Instead, he finds himself squashed between Luffy's gigantic golden punch and the Shandarin Belfry. Let's not underestimate Enel though. His powers can fry opponents of the caliber of Zoro, Sanji, and Whitebeard. He's also capable of wiping out entire Sky Islands, using the Arc Maxim to supercharge his attack. In addition to his outrageous god complex, Enel doesn't play for any team, either the pirates nor the world government. This makes him one of the most intriguing baddies to appear so early in the series, and we're eagerly waiting to see if he's going to make a comeback. At number 15, enter the deceptively likable Kizaru as he toys with 4 of the Supernovas, Basil, Hawkins, Urouge, X-Drake, and Scratchman Apoo in a lopsided cat and mouse game. The Marine Admiral's entrance, riding a cannonball like a true showstopper, instantly throws everyone for a loop. With his laid-back attitude, a motionless gaze, and the amusing charade of struggling with the Den Den Mushi, Kizaru sets himself apart from admirals like Aokiji, known for his unwavering moral code, or the authoritarian Akainu. It's his enigmatic stance on principles and beliefs that makes him a menacing figure. His mastery over the Logia type power of light enhances his ability to casually play with the Supernovas, effectively tarnishing their budding reputations. What truly baffles onlookers is Kizaru's seeming lack of interest in finishing off his woefully mismatched opponents. He approaches his duties with a half-hearted demeanor, akin to someone going through the motions of a dull office job. The next time we cross paths with this admiral, we can't help but wonder which side of his personality will emerge. At number 14, let's backtrack to the Dressrosa arc, where Zoro confronts Pica, a top executive of the Donkey White Pirates. Pica makes a terrible mistake by underestimating Zoro, completely overlooking the second strongest member of the Straw Hats. Right. While thinking that only Luffy and God Usopp were the big threats among the crew, Pica's powers are the Stone fruit, which can reshape entire landscapes, and allow him to transform into a gigantic stone golem, give the battle an epic feel. When facing someone like Pica, who relies on sneaky tactics like targeting the vulnerable, it's clear that Zoro has the upper hand. Upon closer inspection of the moment when Zoro finally slices Pica in half, we realize it's the same attack he initially used against Dracula Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman. This is truly an eye-opener of Zoro's immense growth since that early encounter with Mihawk. And there's more. Zoro infuses his 3 swords with Haki, a concept not previously explored but later elaborated upon in the Wano arc. These elements add a whole new layer of significance to the fight, making it more than your average showdown. Number 13 brings us the only clash where the entire Straw Hat crew squares off against the colossal Zombie Oars brought back to life by the warlord Gekko Mariah. Oars, known as the Continent Puller when alive, lives up to his reputation in this formidable battle. What makes things interesting is that the revived Oars has been given Luffy's stolen shadow, making the match almost like a test to see how the crew measures up to their captain. It hints at just how much they fall short of Luffy's incredible strength, especially when we fast forward to the Sabayati Archipelago. But here's the kicker. While the Straw Hat crew might not match up to their captain, the battle is a shining example of their awesome teamwork, spot-on strategy, and a seriously impressive display of each member's skills and strengths. They take on the impossible, give it everything they've got and a little more until Nightmare Luffy arrives to save the day. In the emotionally charged number 12 position, we witness the revenge match between the Red Scabbards and the formidable Yonko Kaido. These 9 loyal retainers have returned after 2 decades of suffering to liberate their homeland from the clutches of the Azure Dragon. Initially, the result seems promising as their unwavering resolve and impressive individual combat styles shine through. However, the lack of power becomes painfully evident when compared to Kaido's monstrous might. Nevertheless, this doesn't diminish the dignity of their endeavor. They launch a second beautifully choreographed assault, employing Odin's signature dual sword attack. With a triumphant cry of Odin, they put their lives on the line, and even in defeat, their honor remains unblemished. A true samurai till the end. Number 11 takes us to the picturesque region of Ringo, where Zoro squares off against Gamamazo, the man-slayer who turns out to be Killer from the Kid Pirates. Set against a pristine snowscape, a wooden bridge, and a distressed oil drum, the scene is quintessentially Japanese, perfectly tailored for the green-headed swordsman. To trivia tidbit, Ringo was once Ruro's great-uncle, the late daimyo Shimatsukai Ashimaro, adding a historical layer to this epic duel. During this encounter, Zoro rescues Kozuka Odin's daughter, Hiyori, from harm. But that's not all. Zoro uses 2 swords instead of his customary 3 to battle Killer, the only other non-captain member of the worst generation besides himself. Centering in a remarkable twist, Zoro disarms Killer by taking his side, even as he's being stabbed, securing a decisive advantage and swiftly defeating his opponent. This beautifully choreographed sequence brings together all these elements in one simple, fluid motion, almost like a painting. Returning to number 10. In the Dressrosa arc's halfway mark, Luffy and Trafalgar Law engage in a daring confrontation with Doflamingo. Summarizing this battle in just one word would be gutsy. It's more than settling a score for Law, who seeks revenge after Doflamingo has his mentor Rosante killed. This clash sends shockwaves through the One Piece world. By taking on Doffy, a confirmed ally of the world government with the Yonko's power, Luffy and Law inadvertently thrust themselves into the world government's spotlight. They are seen not only as liberators of an oppressed nation, but also as a disruptive force that divides the Marines, with some members questioning the true meaning of justice. As for the battle itself, it's a nail-biting marathon of techniques with Luffy, Law, and their opponent pulling out all the stops. For the first time ever, we get a glimpse of a Devil Fruit's awakened form in action. In a nutshell, this final showdown in Dressrosa is a game changer for the Straw Hats, setting the stage for even bigger adventures ahead. At number 9, Charlotte Katakuri takes on Luffy. While the term Sweet Commander might sound enchanting and harmless, don't let it fool you, especially when the title belongs to a top commander and son of the powerhouse Yonko Big Mom. But this hockey spectacle stands as one of the longest fights in One Piece, showcasing the opponents exhibiting their mastery over all 3 hockey forms until Luffy hits the wall with Katakuri's advanced observation hockey. What makes Katakuri a nightmare for Luffy is the striking resemblance in their abilities and their indomitable fighting spirit. Katakuri, having consumed the Mochi Mochi fruit, wields his devil fruit powers in a manner uncannily similar to Luffy's elastic techniques. But what Luffy can do well, Katakuri can do even better. Both possess the rare Conqueror's Haki, and their armament Haki is evenly matched. However, it's Katakuri's finely honed observation Haki, allowing him to glimpse into the immediate future that presents Luffy with his most daunting challenge yet. As one destined to be the king of the pirates, Luffy, staying true to his persevering character, pulls off a seemingly impossible win against a rival who's never tasted defeat before. What makes this victory extraordinary is that it's a lesson in camaraderie and honor, an incredibly rare thing in the Pied world. The next pick easily stands out as the most brutal clash in Wano, the battle to rescue Sanji, where Robin walks into an obvious trap set by the Tobiropo Black Maria, securing the number 8 spot. Ostracized and hunted down due to her ability to decipher Pwn gifts, Robin is not only pursued by the world government but also coveted by powerful pirates like Kaido and Big Mom, all seeking the elusive island of Laugh-Tale. Despite Black Maria's usual playful manner, she shows no mercy to Robin, relentlessly unleashing her Ira knuckles in a bruising assault. What sets this duel apart isn't just the sheer physicality of the combat, but the cruelty with which Black Maria torments Robin, including plans to mutilate her body and leave her barely alive to be of use to her captain. Robin, usually calm and composed, rises to the occasion by unveiling her Demon Flare form, a direct manifestation of her epithet Devil Child. It stands as one of the best power upgrades in this arc. Sheer Terra Demonia Flare invokes, especially the sickening sound of Black Maria's body breaking as she's ensnared in a grapple hold, elevates this battle to one of the most chilling sequences in the series. When he is done, a work in stark contrast to other pirates, the Straw Hats, who have always fought against injustice, bring us to our next pivotal number 7. Clash comes when Lucci, a staunch advocate of dark justice, shows a complete lack of hesitation in committing heinous acts to eliminate Nico Robin. On the flip side, we have Luffy engaged in one of the most crucial pre-time skip battles. Armed with his newly developed Gear 2 and Gear 3 techniques, he fearlessly confronts his adversary even in the face of a substantial power disparity. This battle stands as a defining moment in Luffy's journey, marked by his unwavering determination. The scene where Usopp desperately calls out to the almost unconscious Luffy still resonates with pain and desperation in our memories. The fourth, the showdown between Yonko's Kaido and Big Mom against the worst generation secures the number 6 spot and remains one of the most badass battle sequences in One Piece to date. The sheer scale of this clash surpasses anything seen so far and is unlikely to be surpassed anytime soon. When two Yonkos take center stage, the very air crackles with the vibrant aura of their conqueror's Haki. Standing before them are 5 of the worst generation Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Killer, and Law. Witnessing new alliances forming is always thrilling, and the presence of the 5 is undeniable as they boldly challenge the seasoned pirates one by one. They showcase incredible combat skills, dealing serious damage to the Yonkos with feats we never thought were possible. In terms of teamwork and quick thinking, they're exceptional, never allowing Kaido and Big Mom a moment's respite. However, we're dealing with Yonkos, pirate world giants who have ruled for decades. Kaido and Big Mom, once comrades in the legendary Rocks Pirates during their youth, display equally flawless teamwork capable of unleashing devastating destruction on an almost otherworldly scale. While the 5 young pirates are spirited, they face a colossal challenge in dealing with the two titans together. As we gear up for the next Big 5 match, the funky vibes intensify in Onigashima, and only Gashima takes the next spot. Queen, one of Kaido's all-stars, faces off against Sanji, the Wonder Boy with genetic enhancements. When Sanji dons the German raid suit, his latent genetic upgrades awaken. Unlike Zoro or Luffy, Sanji hasn't experienced as many power-ups in the past, but this time is different. Capable of withstanding a powerful blow to the head and shattering Queen's sword, Sanji's endurance and durability skyrocket. However, fearing the loss of his humanity, Sanji chooses to discard the suit. Instead, he devises an advanced version of his Diablo jamming, harnessing the power of his newfound enhancements and armament haki to craft the searing hot Diablo jam. As the flames, named after the fiery gene of Arabic folklore, seem to rise from the depths of hell itself, despite Queen's formidable Zoan-type Brachiosaurus body bolstered with cybernetics, he finds himself on the receiving end of a severe beating. That's right. While this clash takes a backseat to the more spectacular showdown between King and Zoro, witnessing Sanji move with newfound, almost imperceptible speed is breathtaking. We eagerly await Sanji's next lightning-fast display with bated breath. Today's runners-up surpass all other battles with a prevailing theme of the bizarre. Big Mom's mere presence is a clear indicator that things are about to get wonderfully weird, while her opponents, Law and Kid, possess powers defying the laws of reality. The battle secures the number 4 spot, mainly because taking down a Yonko is no small feat. While Luffy is occupied with Kaido, falls to Law and Kid to confront Big Mom. Her called the Havoc the Pirate. Matriarch wreaked with just one scream during the whole Cake Island saga. Now we witness her in full comeback glory. Big Mom boasts formidable hockey abilities and her soul fruit powers, not to mention her special homies Napoleon, Prometheus, and Hera. There's never a dull moment with her creative powers. Big Mom consumes a year of her own lifespan to gain incredible size and strength, dueling with the 2 captains. Yet, the determined duo retaliates with a flurry of mind-blowing techniques, barely allowing the audience a moment to catch their breath. Their awakened devil fruit abilities give Big Mom no breathing space. It's hard to imagine any of the worst generation facing off against this powerhouse even one story arc ago, but Law and Kid rise to the occasion. Not even special homie Prometheus can stop them, and the Yonko is finally sent crashing in a silent explosion, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. In the Grand Line's top 3, many pirates share the common goal of becoming the Pirate King. The second-in-commands, like Luffy's right-hand Zoro and Kaido's lead performer King, equally determined to help their captains achieve this dream. Fuel the cataclysmic battle securing the 3rd spot. King. With formidable combat skills as a Lonarian and an ancient zone-type Paranauton, stands above even some pirate captains. Similarly, Zoro, acknowledged as a significant threat by the Marines besides Luffy, seems well on his way to surpassing Mihawk. However, Zoro's earlier confrontation with Kaido atop the skull, leaving him severely injured, was barely masked by a miracle drug. Despite these hindrances, his newly acquired Swordema constantly tests his limits with its unpredictable behavior. In a battle that comes to life through stunning animation, Zoro matches King blow for blow when he finally unleashes his conqueror's haki amidst a narrative filled with haki revelations. Zoro's display is in a world of its own. This remarkable scene is surpassed only by his execution of the King of Hell 3-sword style, serving as his finishing move against King's ultimate technique. In the midst of the series' most colossal all-out war, a standout jewel emerges, the face-off between Edward Newgate, known as Whitebeard, and Marine Admiral Akainu, securing our number 2 spot. The death of Ace at the hands of the Admiral demands serious payback, unleashing Whitebeard's uncontainable wrath. We witness the full extent of Whitebeard's tremor fruit power as he endures a devastating blow, obliterating the formidable Marine headquarters despite sustaining 2 grievous chest wounds and battling a chronic illness. The veteran pirate overpowers a high-ranking Marine as if it were child's play, showcasing the overwhelming strength Whitebeard possessed in his prime. In his attempts to retaliate, the Marine manages to sing Whitebeard's whiskers, but little more. This confrontation stands as an unforgettable testament to Whitebeard's unmatched might and the incredible resilience of the Marine's top ranks. The final victor emerges as the drums of liberation announce Joy Boy's return, with Luffy triumphing over Kaido in the grandest One Piece showdowns. From the Onigashima Raid's outset, where Luffy delivers his first seething Haki-infused punch to the eventual awakening of his Devil Fruit abilities. Fans embark on an exhilarating roller coaster. Each blow from Kaido and Luffy's defiance stirs a storm of emotions. Moments of comic relief, like Kaido getting unexpectedly drunk for strength, and Luffy's awakening verging on the cartoonish provided dynamic backdrop. Yet, the standout is Luffy's rapid evolution, from infusing armament Haki to emitting it, mastering Conqueror's Haki, learning from Kaido, and unlocking latent Devil Fruit power. But the most striking thing is the rapid development of Luffy's hidden abilities. The battle itself has changed remarkably since the final knockout of the evil Yonko, who infused his body with weapon Haki to fight to kill him, then mastered the Conqueror's Haki and even learned from Kaido there, eventually unlocking the hidden power of the Devil Fruit. The change adds an extra layer of excitement to the whole scene. The fun reveals that the gummy fruit is the human fruit that Nika uses regularly, and it's an important time for Kaido. He manages to remain a fascinating character when he makes an unexpected gesture of respect. The Destroyer partially saves him and makes the story much stronger by making him relatable as a man following his own principles and desires. As the epic clash concludes, Luffy finds himself at the doorstep of new adventures, promising an exhilarating journey ahead. This wraps up the top 21 piece fights presented by CuteeAnimeBook. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Thanks for sticking around until the very end. Until next time.